Some big changes coming up to the 401k, especially if you're in the later years right before retirement. I've got 3 changes you need to know about. That and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Your 401k is, for many of us, your greatest wealth building tool. It's the biggest bucket, that tax sheltered bucket, where you can funnel your income, and instead of spending it today, enjoying it today, you can put it on the conveyor belt in your 401k and save that for the future you, right? And that's how you can build financial independence and do it in a really tax efficient way. And so the 401k, very, critical tool. There are some changes happening to the 401k thanks to the Secure Act, really Secure Act 2.0. And in that body of that tax law change, it's over 100 different changes to the tax code. Many of those changes impact the 401k, and some of them impact the employer and setting up a 401k and certain features and so on. But a handful of them impact just you and I and how we can use our 401k. Some of the changes have already taken effect, and others are set to take effect next year or the following. So what are three of those rule changes that are going to impact your 401k? First is something called the super catch-up. You're probably familiar with the catch-up contribution. Every single year, you're able to contribute up to the IRS contribution limit to your 401k. It was $23,000 in 2024. It's moving to $23,500 in 2025, and that's for all of us, okay? But when you reach age 50, the year you turn age 50 and higher, you can then do a catch-up contribution, another $7,500. Well, what's changing, and this one's starting in 2025, you may have heard about this, we've done a lot of content on it, there's now a super catch-up. It's not that the current catch-up is going away. It's going to stay there and starting at age 50. But a new catch-up is starting when you turn age 60. And that is a catch-up of a higher amount, 150% of what the existing catch-up is. And so at age 60, instead of having a catch-up that's $7,500, starting in 2025, your catch-up is going to be $11,250. Okay, so you can do your $23,500 normal contribution, and then for that super catch-up, if you're eligible, you can do another $11,250. However, you're only eligible for this super catch-up the year you turn age 60, 61, 62, and 63. The year you turn age 64, it goes away. No more ability to do the super catch-up, and you'd have to go back down to the normal catch-up. So if you're in your early 60s or are approaching it, you're going to want to take advantage of this so you can save up more for retirement and do so in a tax-sheltered way. But this is a financial planning issue. It's going to require more resources, right? Cash flow. It's going to impact your present financial position. So work with your CFP, but be aware of this super catch-up starting in 2025. Second change coming to your 401k is mandatory Roth catch-up contributions for those that are highly comped. That's right. This rule was supposed to start in 2024. They've delayed it until 2026. So why am I talking about it right now? Because it's going to be based on your income in 2025. You need to be aware that this change is coming, and you need to be aware of your income in 2025 so that you know if this is going to impact you or not. Here's how it works. So this is part of the Secure Act 2.0, but that if your income from your employer, from the company that you have the 401k through, if your income from the prior year was above a certain threshold, was above $145,000, then your catch-up contribution in the next year has to go into the Roth. It's not allowed to go pre-tax. This is the only thing, or one of the only things within the Secure Act 2.0 that really limited and restricted your choices. A lot of those 100 tax laws gave you a lot more choice, so many choices it's confusing. This one restricted your choice. Now, in this situation, you'd need to be age 50 or older, because this is just on your catch-up contribution. It's not forcing that all of your 401k contributions go Roth, just your catch-up contributions. But here, again, It's the income that you had from that employer from the previous year. So your 2025 income, wage income, is going to influence whether you're going to be mandatory, whether it's going to be mandatory that you contribute your catch-up to the Roth side of your 401k in 2026. So be aware of that. This is not adjusted gross income. It's not household income. It's not all of your employer's income. It's just that employer that you have the 401k with. It's over 145,000. It'll be mandatory that your catch-up be Roth in 2026. And then the third change to the 401k that's going to impact you, this one's actually already allowed. It's just most 401k companies have not rolled it out yet and made it and made it functional. And that is the ability to have your employer match be a Roth. Be a contribution to the Roth 401k. Most people have thought this has been a confusing thing, that if you're contributing Roth to your 401k, the assumption is, well, my company's giving me a match and that's probably going to the Roth too. No. The match that you've received from your company, you've never paid tax on. That's not being added as taxable income to you. So therefore, your company match has always been pre-tax. Even if your contribution's always been Roth, the company match has always been pre-tax. Finally, with the Secure Act 2.0, you're now able to say, you know what? I don't want that pre-tax. I'd rather have my employer match be Roth. And when you make that election, now that matching contribution is going to show up as taxable income when you do your return. There will be no withholdings against it, so you need to plan ahead. But at least those employer contributions that match will be Roth. I haven't seen it yet where an employer has actually rolled that option out. It requires a little bit of logistical work that I don't think many have been able to do yet. So, but that change is allowed now. And if it's something you want to do, make sure you're keeping an eye on your 401k and your 401k elections to see if this is something you could implement. So again, your 401k, one of your greatest, maybe the greatest wealth building tool that you have, and you can now use it a little bit differently, right? There's at least these three big changes coming to the 401k. Work with your certified financial planner. See how they impact you. See how you can optimize the use of your 401k to help you build wealth and financial freedom for the future. So work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well. Or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.